change in weather patterns upstream, water levels have been increasing to the level of distressing villages, the recent one being Iresaboru, where over 500 families and 2 schools had to totally relocate.
Beleni tulikuwa Iresaboru, tulihama hapa, so tukapata shida kidogo kidogo, so nilipi walitupea majerkans. Hiyo majerkans yote ya Beleni ilienda analaga, tulikuja bila jerkans hapa.
All the toilet was submerged, all the household was submerged. The community was suffering a lot, so walihama kwa upande juu. In this new area hatuna choo, hatuna nyumba, lakini tulipata usaidizi kutoka watu mingi, kutoka ACF tumepata, kutoka Milpi.
When the rain occurs upstream, the river overflowed, and it has even changed its sources, where it flows before. But now it has displaced many households in these 2 locations.
The burden of starting up a new life faced these residents. More importantly, issues of sanitation with limited sources of clean water, latrines, and other basic infrastructure.
We have gained a lot before in terms of sanitation coverage, but now it has gone down to almost nil. They don't have water from a safe source. They are just using water from the river, and now they are treating using chemicals, that water. Chemicals like pur, and we have demonstrated that pur yesterday.
Horn of Africa Extreme Weather Response in Isiolo has been financing a grant through Oxfam and ASAL Humanitarian Network to distribute non-food items to the affected households, where most importantly is making sure that the families can access clean water.
Apart from cash and wash, we are also given awareness on gender and protection issues within the communities, and also did an assessment for the referrals of any GBV cases where they can report to, and link them with the gender desk at the police station. So this project is funded by Oxfam through ASAL Humanitarian Network, and MIDP is a local implementing partner and also as a member of ASAL Humanitarian Network. So in Iresaboru, they are totally displaced from the previous settlements because of the recent flooding from Ewasonyiro. So they have currently settled in this area. They are calling it Hagarsu, more than 600 households, and they have moved totally with all the public infrastructures and everything. So they are currently struggling in putting up semi-permanent structures in this area.
As the affected communities begin the recovery process, there are ongoing concerns about the long-term impact on livelihoods and the need for sustained support to help those displaced return to normalcy. Paul Moneki, K24, Isiolo County.
Mombasa Governor Abdul Swamad Sharif Nasir has opposed the reduction of the equitable share to the county governments from 400 billion to 380 billion, saying the move will undermine devolution. Speaking in Mombasa during a Women and Youth Empowerment program in Miritini, Jomvu, Nasir called on the senators to reject the move and ensure counties received funds approved by the Senate. His sentiments were echoed by Mombasa Senator Mohamed Faki, who vowed to rally behind the senators to ensure counties received the 400 billion which was passed through the finance bill before it was withdrawn by President William Ruto.
Ni kuwa fedha zinazokwenda katika kaunti kwa uchache na uchini ni 15% ya yale ambayo kwamba hesabu zilofanywa mwaka jana. Kisha sheria ikasema ya kuwa ikiwa serikali kuu katika mambo ya kupata mapato yao walikuwa na shortfall, serikali za kaunti ambao kwamba zinafaa kubeba mzigo ule, ni serikali kuu ndio ambao kwamba inafaa kupunguza matumizi yake. So kwanza na kuikosoa National Assembly, you did wrong constitutionally, and to commend the Senate to protect devolution. Senator, hivi karibuni Commission for Revenue Allocation wanaleta miswada ya fedha kwenu. Na mimi nataka kuambia Kuna dalili baada ya kuangalia ule mswada wa kwanza ulioletwa ya kuwa kaunti kadhaa za kaunti za pwani zitakuwa ni zenye kuumia. We have to be able to protect devolution.
Juzi mulipitisha supplementary estimates ambapo mulisema mutapunguza equitable share from 400 billion ije mpaka 380. Sisi kama maseneta tunapinga hiyo, kwa sababu tunajua tukishapitisha bill ya equitable share.
Leaders from various sectors have underscored the importance of upholding ethics and values in project management following significant financial losses due to stalled and unfinished projects across the country. Speaking during Project Management Institute annual meeting in Nairobi, PMI President Maureen Mbithi Ochang emphasized that ethical considerations are crucial for project managers who play a key role in making decisions that affect both project outcomes and organizational integrity. Recent reports indicate that Kenya has suffered losses exceeding 600 billion shillings from incomplete projects, including airports, power transmission lines, markets, university hostels, dams, irrigation schemes, office blocks, and police stations.
We know the role of project managers really in significant number of projects, whether in businesses or in government, is to really deliver to the expected cost and budget, but also to the best quality possible.
The essence of this conference is how do we create a conducive environment for projects to be executed efficiently. And that's really, if this project, if this profession has those ethos of being the most disciplined, and they spread that ethos across other disciplines in our society, then I have hope in the coming years that we will be a disciplined society that does projects and execute them on time. And so therefore these projects then affect our image as Kenya and also our competitiveness, because then we'll have quality projects, finish on time, within budget.
They can offer pro bono services, support in giving advisory as well to government, clearing misinformation, and giving proper information in the market with regards to certain questions that are being raised with different projects that are currently being done, not only by the national government, but as well as the county governments.
We have the solutions. All the professionals need to step up to the plate and take the leadership in fixing the problems in our country. Think out of the box, think new ideas, problem solve together.
Well, children of incarcerated parents in Western region now have a new lease of hope following the unveiling of a new program by Hope Africa set to provide educational funds. According to the director of the program that is currently running in its 8th year across Kakamega, Vihiga and Trans Nzoia counties, Patrick Shilo Voga, the initiative seeks to empower the families and prevent the inmates' children from absconding school.
Ambayo atatuaddress after mahubiri, second session tutakuwa na speaker ambaye ataongea, then tutarudi pia for the last.
Most of these families kuna zile nyingi zenye zimekuanga vulnerable in terms of poverty, na to eradicate some of these poverty issues in these families tuna also provide capital kwa wale wenye wangependa kufanya businesses na small enterprises zenye wako nazo.
If a girl does not have pads during their menses, they will try to find ways of staying out of school, stay at home. If they're in boarding schools, they will try to say they're sick so they can stay in the dorm. So by providing these things, it makes them have a good self-esteem and be able to be comfortable and not to stay away from classes.
Tulianzisha program of JICA program ambayo tunatreat jiggers. So when we are doing that, we realize that even in those homes, there are needy students who need also to be supported academically. So we started paying for those students school fees.
I had lost focus. I had lost hope of living. I didn't know what to do. I'm a Form 4 by that time. So I had to find it difficult thinking about my situation. My mom is not there. School fees, I had a huge balance. But thank God.
Kulia watoto yangu wananisomesha. Ndio nasema asante sana kwa maneno walifanyia mimi.
Muslim residents of Njiru, Nairobi County are contesting alleged plans to privatize a public mosque and madrasa, pointing an accusing finger towards a former imam of Ethiopian origin. The residents claim they have spent over 10 years fundraising with the help of friends and well-wishers both in Kenya and abroad to construct the mosque. They're now calling on higher authorities from SUPKEM and Jamia Mosque to take full control of the mosque and madrasa to prevent ongoing conflicts in Njiru.
Kuna watu wanajitokeza ati misikiti na madrasa washikanishe wafanye project fulani hapo. Na hiyo sisi Waislamu tumekataa. Na misikiti ni ya Mungu. Kila mmoja ako na haki. Yule ameishi hapo awali na wale wanakuja leo, yote ni the same. Kwa sababu hii misikiti wakaji ndio wamejenga. So kama leo ukikuja kwa Muislamu unaweza take off misikiti, wanaweza endelea na kazi. So kuna wengine ambaye watu wanajua hii biashara ya misikiti ndio wanaanza kutusumbua. Ndio sasa sisi tunagangania hiyo misikiti, hiyo madrasa. Hata kwa sasa kuna mtu mmoja anaendesha madrasa yake. Ana operate almost 2 years. 3 years. Hata sasa madrasa amefanya ni mali yake, property yake. Na hiyo sisi ndio tumekataa, mpaka malalamishi yetu tulipeleka SUPKEM na Jamia Mosque. So hawa ndio bado hawajatatua hiyo maneno.
Ya madarasa iko mtu binafsi anasema anachukua. Sasa hiyo kesi iko kwa wanaume. Mimi sina maneno. Lakini kwa misikiti mimi namwambia kila mtu aunue mkono awache kwa mkono wa Islamu SUPKEM, kwa mkono wa Islamu. Sisi tumechanga pesa. Chini ya misikiti. Tumesema chini ya misikiti, madarasa ya misikiti. Sasa yeye badala anaandika madarasa ya misikiti akaenda kaandika jina yake. Wakati watu
The Ministry of Water, Sanitation and Irrigation says the government aims at raising irrigated area land from 711 acres to 1.2 million acres by 2027 in a bid to improve food security, wealth creation and socio-economic development in the country. Speaking during a stakeholders strategic plan meeting convened by the National Water Harvesting and Storage Authority, Irrigation Principal Secretary Ephantus Kimotho indicated that water harvesting and storage will be critical in achieving the targeted plan. The authority's acting CEO John Muhia emphasized on the mandate of the flood control, with Council of Governors Water Committee Chair Governor Andrew Mwadime calling for collaboration between the national government and county governments.
And dams to be able to anticipate drought mitigation and store water for them. We have done boreholes in every county. About 1,246 small water pans, except county of Nairobi and Kirinyaga. The rest of them have our hand in small pans. The over 15 flood control sites are only a fraction of the sites we should be able to control, but we managed to spend over 12.4 billion over time period for that time.
My committee will continue to review current bills before National Assembly, Senate and county assemblies. Relating to the same, it will also continue to play a leading role in formulation of national policies, the adoption of best practices and emerging trends and technologies, and inter-county agreements relating to cross-country resources.
Well, that's just about it for K24 News. Thank you for making time for the segment. I'm Alan Owino. Our sign language interpreter for this session has been Evelyn Owangoi. I'll be seeing you later on in the evening for the Sunday review, but for now, we'll leave it at that. Do have yourselves a lovely one.
Have you watched K24?